For decades, pregnant women have been advised to slow down, keep your heart rate under 140 beats per minute, avoid heavy lifting, avoid intensity, avoid contact sports, be super careful. Even if you're an athlete and it leads to becoming detrained, that's just the sacrifice you have to make. Turns out that is probably some pretty bad advice. That advice was based on basically no science at all, just vibes by the doctors who felt like that this seemed like a conservative approach. And also they couldn't really ethically use pregnant women in studies to check if this was actually true. This had pretty devastating impact for the athletes who would go through this period of becoming untrained and then have to recover afterwards in the postpartum period and retrain for their sports. So a lot of female athletes, when they became pregnant, started just basically ignoring and pushing the boundaries of what they were supposed to have done. And thank goodness they did, because that gave the scientists then the opportunity to study these athletes who are already taking this into their own hands and pushing those boundaries. A major 2022 study followed 42 elite runners through pregnancy and postpartum. These women trained 2 to 4 times more than current guidelines allow. Not only did they recover well, more than half actually performed better after giving birth. On average, they were back to 80% of their training volume by about 3 months postpartum without an increase in injury. Newer research backs this up. I spoke with Emily Krause at Stanford University's FASTER program and Margie Davenport at the University of Alberta. They've done a whole bunch of newer studies since the 2022 study. Summing all of that up, they found that sustained fitness during pregnancy can improve outcomes, reduce injury risk, and keep muscles and connective tissues stronger after delivery. Even activities that were once thought risky, like the strength training and the contact sports, can be safe if you're already conditioned for them. This matters beyond athletics and for all women because it makes part of the life cycle of many women into a normalized thing, and actually maybe is something we can celebrate even within sports organizations, healthcare, and the workplace. What if pregnancy wasn't seen as a liability but an endurance exercise? I mean, it's a 9-month ultramarathon that rewires the cardiovascular, muscular, and metabolic systems. That's not a pause in performance, that is performance. And I'm serious about what that means in terms of performance. In a 2019 study found the maximum humans can sustain long-term is about 2.5 times their resting metabolic rate. So that's what you see when scientists are taking measurements from people who are participating in Ironman and Tour de France and other kinds of ultramarathon events. The average pregnant woman is running at 2.2 times their resting metabolic rate for months on end. And if you add in breastfeeding, it can go even higher. When we treat pregnancy as a liability, we hold all women back. Sure, while pregnant women need some sort of accommodations depending on the type of pregnancy they have, this just proves how incredibly powerful female bodies are. Pregnant bodies aren't necessarily fragile, and neither are female bodies. All of us, whether we have children or like me, we don't, are in these bodies that are built for endurance. We're powerful, adaptable, and built for this long-haul, intensive energy. For more, read the full story I wrote on CNN.com. The link is in the profile, where you can get lots more links and quotes from the awesome experts that I talked to, and check out my book, The Stronger Sex, which is in bookstores now.